Hey, it's the podcast guy.
Sutton United Talk Time on podcast. It's the Sutton Podcast.
And there it is! Sutton United at the GM Vauxhall Conference have put out First Division Coventry City, winners of the FA Cup themselves less than 2 years ago. And what a moment to enjoy for the fans of this Surrey side. They've had their moments before, but never one like this. But the whistle goes down. Delight for Sutton United. Sutton United from the National League are through to the last 16 of the FA Cup. No longer English football's perennial non-league club. A 123-year crescendo reaches a new peak for Sutton United, who are promoted to the Football League for the first time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sutton United Talk Time on podcast. It's the Sutton Podcast in association with Lucky Star Gin. If you are a regular, thank you again for listening, you fools. If you are new, you're very welcome. You've got plenty of time to be foolish and come back again another time. I'm your host, Mike, and with me today for this match, first home match of the season, we have Claire and Julian. Always love hearing everyone's comments, joining the conversation, you sharing your ats and whatnot. It's Sutton Podcast on all socials, so say hi and give us a follow. We'll start with JR, looking very, very resplendent on the beach there. How are you doing? I mean, I know I only saw you yesterday, but it's been a while since you were on the podcast. So how are you for everyone else?
Yeah, all good. Yes, it has been a while. I thought it was about time I came back on. Start of a new season, which is always exciting. And yeah, so I thought best come back on. It's all good, all good. Can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be a good one.
Excellent. I mean, you can say it now. You were lined up for another one a few weeks ago, but you got blown out. So.
Yeah, well, the manager came calling. I mean, what can you do? You know, I think you got to, when you get a chance, you've got to interview him, haven't you?
Yeah, no. And Claire, I'm sorry.
I mean, I've had to go with Mike about his admin today, JR, because he sent me a link for the podcast, and I said what would be really useful is if you actually told me I was doing the podcast before the actual day, because I'm on my way out. So I hot-footed it back from sunbathing on Clapham Common with my friends to say goodbye to one of my mates, who's going travelling for ever. And here I am. So, you know, you're very lucky to have me, to be honest, Mike.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. I mean, it's been a bit of bad admin all round because last week I'd ended up with Paul Darby in the prediction league twice. And not like his double points, just two completely separate entries getting the same points. And didn't send out the emails for Saturday's game, which JR kindly told me on Saturday. So I'm doing well. I'm doing really, really well. But how are you? And thank you for sharing the last of your social battery with us today.
I'm good, thank you. I'm very good, thank you. I'm looking forward to a takeaway on the sofa after this.
Next, great. I've got a chicken sandwich. They're having roast, but I'm just having a chicken sandwich. Too hot for roast.
Never too hot for a roast. Might come to your house.
Yeah, every Sunday it's a roast. It's like literally 45 degrees. Everyone's melting. It's like we're having Yorkshire pudding.
You should count your lucky stars because JR and I fall into that probably the same category of it's lovely to have a roast, but it's an effort to cook it for yourself, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. I hid away in the invite a question, which you probably didn't see, so we're going to tell it now. It was, what song or chant gets you pumped up for the game? All right, I'm going to do my little jingle, give you a few seconds. So, Claire, you can't deny receiving the link because you've already said you received the link.
I didn't read the question.
You didn't see the question. That's
no,
fine.
Because I saw the link and then I just got annoyed at you. So I didn't read the email.
It's kind of based on the vote they had recently. I'm still not sure whether this is a weekly vote or is that
no? That was a season vote. So Hard Fire Ready for the Weekend was the chosen song. Very close call at the end. I think there wasn't a massive load of votes in it, but that was the winner. If I'm honest, like there's not one, like for a regular game.
Mhm.
I just need it loud and I need it to be pumped. And I think yesterday, the new kind of sound system definitely was bringing pumped, which was great, and I love that. On like a special occasion, shall we say, like if we're off to Wembley or it's some kind of cup final or something like that, you know, there are certain Sutton songs that I think probably put some of us older people in high spirits that perhaps aren't the thing that's going to get the lads going or the crowd pumped in any way, shape or form, but that do make me feel really like, yeah, we're all in this together. And it's really sad to admit it, isn't it? But like, I'm putting United We Stand on. If like the morning we went to Wembley, I must have listened to that numerous times because it just gets me excited and makes me feel like a kid again. So yeah, I recognise it's not the thing that's going to get the boys jumping out of the tunnel, but from a nostalgic perspective, that's the one that gets me excited.
I did worry partway through that because when you said we're all in this together, I was like, really? High School Musical song coming out of tunnel? I
Don't get me started, because if you're suggesting that we put High School Musical on, what you're going to find is me and Meanie stood on the touchline singing along, because that man loves a musical. So
we might do a remix of "We're All in This Together" for a Sutton United. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Don't even suggest it to him. And I know tomorrow morning he's going to say to me at the club, I would do that. I'm in.
Paul, your brother actually had a great idea on the vote thing, the song thing. He said, what we could have done is we could have asked each player to do a song for each week, and then do a little like interview explaining their choices. I was like, tell Aaron, get that put on the burner for next season, because
we did. I mean, I had a chat with Jonesy about it on Friday. I think Steve alluded to it in his post-match that they had lots of ideas of things that they wanted to do to kind of build rapport with the fans and stuff. And I had a sit down with Jonesy on Friday to talk about some of it, and had to listen to all of the songs with him, and him telling me which ones he liked and which ones he didn't. And thankfully, one that he liked actually came out top. So
fair enough.
Could have been slightly worrying, but they have got strong. They have got strong views on music. Fair enough. Half of which I've never heard of because I'm old compared to them.
I wonder if they're clean as well.
On the music, there was one song quite early on, and the Amber Project guys, which we can talk about in a minute, they all sort of jumped up and was, "Oh yeah, this is a great song." And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. It's just noise. I stopped myself. But JR, you've now had plenty of time to think it over. What?
Oh yes.
What's you forgot, haven't you? What song or chant would get you kind of pumped up, ready for a game?
Well, I don't know whether I don't know whether I should admit this or not, but quite often when I'm in the shower, I just sing "Come On You Yellows." And it's a bit bizarre. It's my morning ritual. You know, I get in the shower and "Come On You Yellows." I just think about football, Sutton all the time. So, but I was thinking, one of the Gandemonium crew did mention, actually, he said, perhaps "Thunderstruck" by AC/DC would have been a good choice, or "We Will Rock You" by Queen. I think. Mm-hmm. I think you could use it as a double, a meaning of, that we're going to play entertaining football. But yeah, I mean, I must admit, I don't know Hard-Fi, although Hi-Fi as it came out on the original poll. I thought, is that Hard-Fi? But I've heard of them, but I don't know any of I don't know their stuff. But I was surprised with some of the choices. I wouldn't have thought Kashmir, Zeppelin was would have been a popular choice anyway. But I think it was quite close actually up there. But yeah, there was a few old songs, and there's some. I expect the younger ones voted for Hi-Fi because that was the one. That's the one I didn't know. But,
I couldn't have dealt with if Bubba O'Reilly had won, because that's actually my ringtone, and every time it turned on, I would have been thinking that my phone was on. I'd be like, "Oh, Someone's calling me.
or the other way around. Every time your phone rings, you'll be thinking, "Where are the players?
Where are the boys?
Am I late? I haven't organised anything." Yeah, get your answers in as well. Let us know what songs get you pumped up and ready for the match or chants. Let's not all think of JR in the shower singing.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I don't, on all of our away trips now, I don't want a room next door to yours.
Oh dear, could be in trouble in Truro and UK.
I know, right?
The women's team today, they kicked off the season in Cobham. They were 1-0 down quite early, then 1-1, and then they were 2-1 down, then come back to 2-2, and they eventually won 6-2. So may they go 1-0 and 2-1 down quite often, especially if they come back and win 6-2. Brilliant comeback, and that sets us up very nicely for the season against Sporting Benfica, who no, I can't remember what the name is, Benfica, and they. The only thing I remember about them is they've got the vuvuzelas, and they were so annoying last time we were at Gander Green Lane. It was just like, okay, I don't mind a bit of fun, but it's been going on too long now, so just stop it. On to yesterday. Well, honourable mention, there was a game on Tuesday apparently, but my views on that is had we won that 7-0, everyone would have been like, so what? It's just the Mickey Mouse Cup. So if we lose a 7-0, then I'm going to go, so what? It's Mickey Mouse Cup. Anyway, moving on. What were your hopes and what your thoughts of the lineup when you saw it, Claire, first off? Or was there anyone you thought was missing, or you were surprised on the lineup? It's really early days to be answering this kind of question. I appreciate.
No, I didn't think I had any kind of preconceptions as to what as to it at all. To be honest, I think like not dwelling on it, but I think like looking from Tuesday for me, it was just a case of like kind of learning some lessons and building on it, and you know, obviously, you know that there are going to be some people from that game that have to be played from it. So like you've got a little hint, but no, for me, it's far too early in the season to be making any real kind of big guesses or big assumptions. And I think that we were in Steve's in quite a luxurious position where he's got so many people to pick from that you could be looking at anyone really, couldn't you? But yeah, no disappointment from me. Thought they started kind of pretty well.
And what were your hopes, expectations from the game? We're going into it. What were you expecting a win, hoping a win? Well, obviously, we're always hoping a win.
Always hoping for a win. No, I think that like I had some conversations like later in the week about where we thought we were going to be and what things were going to kind of be taken from Tuesday, and kind of the lessons and what the boys had maybe talked about or focused on following on from that. And I think it was just a great opportunity to learn from something. And I mean, if the scoreline on Tuesday had been a league game, we'd all have been absolutely devastated, right? And that's not to say that we're not disappointed by it, but it wasn't a league game, right? So like you can kind of separate stuff. And as you say, there are lots of people that don't give two dimes about the competition full stop. But you know, there are some of us that can appreciate that it's a competition and the club are clearly taking it seriously. So I'm going to as a fan kind of thing. So like I think it was a really good opportunity to go, do you know what, we've clearly made some mistakes, or there are some things where we've been outplayed, or we haven't thought about this and we haven't shown the right strength in these places. And actually it's an opportunity to kind of fortify your foundations a little bit and actually kind of brush yourself off and go, right, that can't happen again. And these are the things that we're going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again. And if this hurts, it should hurt. And this is why you don't want to feel like that again. And this is what you've got to do to make sure, you know, going into another day that you're trying something slightly different. So I think, obviously, yeah, always hoping for a win. But I think just kind of after last Saturday in particular, I think we showed some real strength. So you're kind of hoping that there might be something in it, that just a little bit of a spark, which I don't think was lacking in any way, shape or form. And I'm sure we'll come on to it. Like, there was some absolute screamers at points that could have been something quite spectacular. But it was good to see that bounce back and heads held high going into it. So yeah.
And JR, what were your thoughts? I mean, do you still do the fan hub prediction? Because I got 8.
I think I got 10. Yeah. I didn't have Critchlow in the side, but the team was pretty much as I expected. Whether it'd be a bounce back from Tuesday, I don't know, because it was almost a completely different team. We only had 2 players that played on Tuesday, 2 new players that played on Tuesday, didn't play on the Saturday come in yesterday. I was hoping for a win and a good performance, and I think we saw a good performance. There's a lot of difference this year. The quality of the corners. The corners last year weren't very good a lot of the time, and I know the management knew that as well. But the quality, I mean, Liam Vincent's a player. He's a really good player, and I think Steve or John said, I think it was John actually said at one of the meetings, said he's one to watch out for. And he's got a good throw. Obviously not as good as Nicholson's for Solihull, but he's still got a very good throw, and he's got, he's a great crosser of the ball. We play with pace, which is great to see, and we will, on another day we would have scored 2 or 3, but we, unfortunately we didn't. And Solihull defended like lions. They threw everything behind the ball. But we had all the chances really. They had one chance, I think, which was headed off the line by Nadders, and that was really it. One guy kicked in front of goal, I think, from one of the long throws. But Sims really didn't have a save to make. No. So we were good. And yes, there's room for improvement. There always is. But I was pleased with the performance and the effort.
On Liam, so I sort of happened to be standing right on the bit I filmed and clipped out. I had to be standing right there, and there was a bit of a break in the play, and I sort of shouted, "Liam, are we going to score from this? Shall I record it?" And he was like, "Yeah." So that's how I got that almost goal.
Yeah.
Right. There's a few, you've kind of touched on a few, but there's a few things. First things first. Before the game, the young uns asked for as many people as possible to get in behind the goal so they can make a bit of noise. Wasn't as many behind the goal as I think they were hoping, but they definitely made noise. I was kind of in it, and it definitely seemed quite loud. They were there really early. I've got to say, it's not they rocked up half hour before and chucked the flags up, and they were there really, really early. So well done to all them. I mean, what did you think? I mean, you've both been coming to Sutton for a long time. We know it's usually very quiet and very nice and polite. But what did you think of the noise?
I thought they did really well yesterday, and I've talked to Seb about that today. Like it is so it's so important, and I know that like different people have different ways of wanting to kind of support their team, and so it's not for everyone that's going to want to get behind the goal and make loads of noise, and everyone has their spots that they want to stand in. So sometimes it can be frustrating that when you go to an away game, for example, there's like a couple of hundred of you like rammed into one corner, and it feels like those couple of hundred people make way more noise than like a whole stadium full of people when you're at home. So trying to get that going is difficult, and they do such a good job. And I've said to them, like, getting behind the boys is really, really important, but it's also, if we go one down, that's when we need the noise. Like that's when you really need to bring it, like, and actually like push them and G them along. And I know, like, again, from having a conversation with Jonesy about it on Friday, they're so keen to have that rapport, to have that noise, like to have that kind of that extra 12th man kind of doing that. So there's some stuff that we're going to try and look at to all kind of do together, putting my slow hat on, to make that noise and to really to pump the boys, because it is nice to have that. And like, I mean, isn't it amusing that yesterday we went from people complaining that the speakers were too quiet to people complaining that the speakers were too loud? What a thing that's never been said at Gander Green Lane in the whole of my time there. So like, it's really important, and that atmosphere makes such a difference on the pitch. So yeah, I mean, hats off to them, and it's great to see, and I look forward to kind of building as the boys give them more to get excited about as the season goes on.
Yeah, I chatted very quickly to a couple of the players afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, what did you think of that?" And they were like, "Really good, really impressive." So it was. So I did pass it on to Seb. So hopefully he's passed it on to the rest of them as well. But JR, what did you think of their performance?
Look, it's great. It's great. It must lift the players. The noise, must lift the players. The players want to play in front of a noisy crowd and get a lot of support. It's just a shame that might be one of our lowest crowds of the season. Hopefully, it is. We would have liked to see more people there. I mean, obviously, the next few games we will have more people. I know there's a lot of people on holiday and stuff like that.
I can't remember the numbers, but I don't think the number yesterday was too dissimilar from this time last year, and it is that kind of August effect, I think.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people are away.
Crossed.
But yeah, I mean, it's great, and long way to continue. Let's make lots of noise and make the players. Well, the players love it, and they might raise their game. If it adds a few percentage points to the game, then yeah. So
it's not even so much as the noise helps. It's just the silence is a real.
It doesn't,
and
yeah.
So even if the noise was just average, it's better than.
I mean, even I was shouting encouragement yesterday, and I'm normally pretty quiet at the games. I don't say anything, and I was shouting a lot of encouragement throughout the game. So
maybe you need to bring your shower curtains.
I beg of you, no.
No.
I did say the shower curtain. It's okay. Steve was clearly happy with everything. I mean, where he said creating the chances. If we weren't creating, we'd be worried. We haven't put any away. I think we had 9 shots on target. 9 shots and 2 on target. But do you, especially at this stage of the season, do you kind of agree that? I mean, we're not going to disagree with Steve, but do you agree that effort and performance is more important than the results at this stage of the season? Whereas towards the end of the season, same 3 points available, but it tends to be more just get the points on the board. It doesn't matter about the performance, just get the points. So do you think now performance is more encouraging, JR, than
without a doubt. I think pre-season we could see it's different as much. The movement is much quicker. We're not going to have every game like that. Sometimes, for whatever reason, sometimes it's a bit slow, which it was on Tuesday. Sorry to go back to that, but it was a bit slow on Tuesday, and we got caught out. But yeah, with this squad, these players, I think it's very exciting. You're always going to get the effort because the last few managers we had, every manager, they won't take anything less than 100% effort anyway. So you're going to get it. You're going to get the effort from the players, and if they don't put the effort, they're not in the team. So yeah, I just think it's just very encouraging the way they break. I mean, we're so dangerous on the break now. It was just unfortunate yesterday. We'll probably go into a bit more, but we didn't win enough flick-ons, which was a bit of a shame. But other than that, I mean, the effort's there. Brandon looks really good. I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to bang in quite a lot of goals this year. He's so quick, and he doesn't stop running, so it's all good.
Yeah, I got 1 point to make on him in a minute. Although I was Team Brandon yesterday with my black trainers and white socks. But Claire, what about yourself? Do you think at stage effort and performance more important?
I mean, ultimately, all we want is points on the board, right? And if it's the scrappiest thing that you've ever watched, we don't care if it comes away with points. But it's so encouraging, and it just feels, as JR said, like watching pre-season, that we could completely see the step change, not just in the individuals, but kind of in that kind of team performance and the way that everyone was gelling together. So it is exciting and it is encouraging. And I think, like 2 games in, 2 points on the board, it feels that there's still a very long way to go, right? But it is I feel really encouraged by what we've seen so far, and the way that we are playing just feels like there's going to be some really exciting football to look forward to. You pinpoint people like, just Woody just looks like a different person. Like, and he is like, he's all over the pitch. Like, he's just putting in a shift. It does not look like the same player that he was like when he joined us last season. I said to him yesterday, like, if that had gone in, like, do you realise that you're an absolute hero? I was like, your fan club is definitely growing, but that would have absolutely sealed the deal of you being some kind of absolute legend, because that was beautiful, and you wouldn't have seen that from him last season. So it's really exciting.
I'm not sure if that shot was my favourite Woody moment or the second half. Well, it was the second half. He put it all in this attack, and then we lost. Someone came in with a tackle and lost the ball, and he did just this absolute can't be asked to just drop onto the floor. You were never getting that free kick. And afterwards, he was like, "I knew, but I just
give it a go."
I'm not running all the way back there. So before, I mean, we'll go on to the attack because obviously you mentioned Woody's effort, but did you? So, JR, you talk about Woody as well. You already mentioned it, Claire. So, JR, you talk about Woody's effort, and then we'll talk about Brandon as well in a second. So, what did you really make of Woody? Because it was a great save.
Yeah, look, he's a different player. We saw that in pre-season. I couldn't believe how lean and fit he was, and he doesn't stop. He's like a Duracell bunny, isn't he? He just doesn't stop. He's all over the place, which is all goes well for the season, doesn't it? Losing Barbrook was a shame, but that was obviously going to happen all the time anyway, because obviously he goes back to his parent club, and of course he played on Tuesday against Bromley. But so Woody's come in and looks, he's a different player. He's brilliant, and long may that continue. I mean, would have been very early contender of goal of the season had that gone in, but it was a fantastic strike. Just a couple of inches lower,
Yeah. I think on Finlay, I think even if he was offered back and wanted to come back to us, I think Steve would have been like, "You're above this level," and probably would have been like, "No, for your development, you need to go. I can't be selfish and hold you back." But Brandon, he had a really good breakaway, good chance, JR, and
yes,
David was there, and I can't believe so many people were around me going, "He should have passed." And I'm like, he's a striker. There is not a chance in.
They don't do it. And I've watched it back a couple of times, and actually, I suspect had he tried to pass it, it might have got cut out anyway, unless he passed it really early on. But then there's a long way to go for David to get to the goal. I think he did the right thing, and he just didn't quite wrap his foot around it. Want to curl it in the corner, and it just didn't. It was a brilliant break, a lovely flick on from Nadders. Which is what we need. We need to win those flick-ons, and he did, and that just opened up, and we caught them out. And obviously Wadham had one a little bit later, right at the end, which was even closer. And I thought that was in as well. I was behind that. I thought, oh, it's in, come on! And we couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it either. He was so gutted. But no, Brandon's exciting. He's going to cause all sorts of problems, along with David and Kane as well. The guys are so quick. And the others, Dylan when he's on song, and a few others, they're so quick, and that is going to cause problems for defenders. That's why I'm excited. I said I've said at the start of the season, if we can concede 10 fewer goals and score 12 more goals, so I think we scored 58 goals last season. If we can get 70 in the league and concede 10 fewer, then that's going to put us in the playoffs quite easily. We will just, and I'm not going to change my mind on that at the moment. I can't see any reason why we can't achieve both those things. So
I'm going to dob JR in here a little bit, but our Gandamonian WhatsApp group is generally quite a drab, dreary, miserable place to be. And quite early on in pre-season, he declared it's going to be a good season, which is now pinned at the top of our group, much to, I think, Gareth's dismay, because he is not the happiest bunny in the world. But it is just nice every time you open the group, you're like, oh, some positivity exists.
It's always good to be positive. I don't like negativity.
Exactly. No,
absolutely. And Claire, what did you think of Brandon with the chance? Obviously, JR's watched it back a couple of times, but at the time, Did you think, oh, we should have passed that, or were you just like,
No, I'm with you. Like sometimes
striker?
there are moments when you go, oh, like if you'd just been a little less like selfish about it or whatever. But then there's also flip sides when you look at someone and you're like, if you'd just gone on your own, that would have been it. And I just think like back yourself, be bold, be brave, try things. And I think that's kind of exactly what it was. And I no, not at all. I don't begrudge any of them like trying it. And if it had gone in,
exactly, I can't
we
imagine
wouldn't be having the
Steve,
conversation.
Steve as a striker going, oh no, you should have passed that.
No, I mean, like if it had gone in, we wouldn't be sitting here going,
No,
"Oh, do you
of
think you
course.
should have passed that? Would that not have been a better idea?" Like it's, yeah.
Absolutely. Also, one of our better chances. Very kind of Tyler. He again, welcome back. Could you possibly have a stinker? And he said, I'll try. And he did very nearly score a great goal for us. I mean, I couldn't work out whether they were sort of joking or in good humor, or some of them were serious. There were boos for Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, because like I don't ever think, I think unless someone leaves on really terrible terms and is a complete and utter whatever, then I get booing someone, or if they've like massively screwed the club over. But I will never understand when you've got behind someone for a year that's the reaction that you want to give them, because ultimately like that's not what he deserved. And it is like, you know, he was genuinely happy to see people and like have chats with people and whatever. So it is harsh, and I'm sure he knew that it, you know, it was a small section of people and it probably was meant in jest. But for me it's not classy.
No, I will always say to the players, oh, good luck for the season, obviously, apart from the games you play against us.
Exactly.
When I'm going to boo you. But I'll say I'm going to boo you. I don't actually do it. But JR, what did you think of? I mean, first of all, his near goal, and what about? Did you hear the boos? Did you think that was a bit of humour?
Well, I thought it was a great save from the keeper, because I was standing that side, so behind the goal, so I could see it. I just thought I couldn't understand what he was doing, first of all, but. Yeah, I know it was bizarre, but a great save, because I thought it was in, and then of course almighty scramble, but we didn't get it in. I mean, Phipps in the first half showed Tyler how to do it by heading it over. That was a great bit of defending from across. So that was a bit bizarre. I didn't hear the boos, to be honest. I didn't know he got booed. I certainly wouldn't boo an ex-player, unless, as Claire said, I think unless he was an absolute idiot. At the club, but I wouldn't boo an ex-player. He tried his best last season, you know, and we thank him for that.
I couldn't work out whether it was supposed to be in jest or not.
It might well have been, but
it might well have been.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know, in a couple of weeks, if David Ajiboye gets booed, it might be because he's absolutely, you know, he's a good player and out of respect, I suppose. But I can't imagine he's a lovely guy, so hopefully he doesn't get booed either. I mean, Connor Wilkinson, you see, when he comes on and he gets booed, then I can understand that completely.
I did that you missed it there.
But he hasn't played Sutton.
Yeah, he's made this thing of a rivalry with Sutton, and it was the first time he did that Cup Years things. Everyone was like, "Who's that?
Yeah,
why is he doing that?" But now all of a sudden, every time he plays or he's around, everyone just boos him because we're like,
yeah.
Right, you mentioned Harry Phipps, and I'd actually skipped over this point. A clean sheet is obviously a real big success. I did congratulate Jack. He went, I didn't do nothing. It was Phipps's big head. He just headed everything that came near me. So he deservedly got man of the match on that. Some interesting discussions and decisions by the referee. He did book Steve, I think, at the end. So what did you make of the performance by the wee fella?
Oh, well, I actually thought he was all right. We're going to get a lot worse.
True.
That's good, isn't it?
I don't think he was as bad as I thought. The referee on Tuesday wasn't great. Let too much go. There were some quite strong tackles, but I don't think he was that bad today. Yesterday, sorry. yeah, there might be 1 or 2 points, but he wasn't a talking point really in the game. I was thinking about it afterwards and said, well, actually, I didn't really notice the referee, to be honest, because I don't think there were too many. He got the dive from Woody right when he went down in the penalty area. He got that correct. It was right by me again, so I saw it. I could quite clearly see it, and it was a good decision. There was a couple of things where we should have got a throw in and it went the other way, but no, little things. I mean, he didn't have an influence in the game, so I didn't really have a problem.
It wasn't. So to be honest, I didn't notice him masses until right towards the end, when clearly he, I don't know, lost his mind and didn't understand what he was meant to be doing. And to quote one of our dear friends, just didn't understand the laws of the game. But yeah, I'm baffling. Yeah, and I don't blame Steve for his reaction at all. So
I missed that because I had gone to the bar to get the first round of drinks.
So. There you go. That's why you don't have a problem, because you were already in the bar.
Yeah, it was because he contradicted himself. I can't remember what it was now, but he'd done something one way earlier, and then when it was our turn, he completely changed it and was doing.
He gave the ball back to them rather than us.
Yeah. So it was just an odd one, and that's, I think, what and had it happened maybe the 10th minute. Maybe
I think that's exactly what Steve said. It's an odd one, and that's why he got carded. Yeah, I think that's really his exact words.
Right. So we'll stop you, Claire. A solid point or missed opportunity, and does this give us any new information for the season?
Oof. I'm going to say solid point. I think there were potentially missed opportunities, but I'm taking that as a solid point. Like, I do think off the back of last weekend, and then, you know, picking yourself up and dusting yourself back off from Tuesday, I'm taking that as a solid point, and lots of things still to build on for what is going to be an exciting season.
Positive season, as JR.
A very positive season.
Go on, JR. What did you think? Solid point or missed opportunity?
Both.
Okay, fair enough.
It's really splintery on this fence that me and him are sitting on this evening.
Yeah, no, honestly, no. I was pleased the way that we played. So yeah, solid point. We just needed to be a little bit more clinical. And another day, as I said earlier, that we could have got 2 or 3. It didn't quite go our way. We put them under immense pressure. And some teams would have folded and buckled under that pressure, but they didn't. So fair play to Solihull for that. But they didn't offer very much, and that was the thing. They really didn't. It looks as though they came for a point, and that's what they got. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity. But look, 2 games in, we haven't lost yet, and we look good. And that's the thing. We look good, and we're going to win on Wednesday. So. You know.
Well, I'm sure we've said this before, Claire. We're at a position of, like, we know that we're only going to get better. We know that
100%.
all these things are going to be ironed out. We're not like we're stealing a point and going, "Whoa, we got away with that one." It's like we know.
No. There's it doesn't feel like that at all, and I think that maybe that's a feeling that you have later in a season anyway, when you feel like you've stolen something. But like, there's. Every time there are things to learn from, I genuinely believe that, like, the conversations that they're then having, you know, as a coaching team or as like a leadership team within the kind of the squad, like having those kind of clear leaders and a skipper that's taking charge. I think it's a no-brainer that it's only going to get better and stronger, and, you know, we're going to be sat here in a few months' time, really excited about what we're going to see, having seen some incredible things already.
In a few months' time, if we're anywhere near it, we're all going to be sitting there bricking it, going, "Oh my god, I can't believe we're up there."
You know,
what if it goes wrong? We'll start being like, "Oh, we're going to start looking for everything that's going to possibly go wrong in a few months' time."
We're just going to get more and more ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest. JR and I have already booked flights to go to Truro, so it's already landed into the land of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I told the players it's year 5. And I told them why that's important. And they were like, "Really?" I went, "Yeah, that works if you ignore 105 years of history. Then every 5 years from then onwards is fine." Right, Right, you briefly mentioned it and you stole my funny bit about the PA system.
Sorry.
That's all right, where people are going, oh my God, it's too loud. And I think one of the funniest, and I know he didn't mean it to be funny, was Stuart on the forum saying that, was it really necessary to give out all those halftime scores because we couldn't hear ourselves think? And somebody was like, you've done that for years, you just obviously didn't hear it.
Yeah.
So I found that quite amusing, I'll be honest. But yes, PA system, obviously there's going to be tweaks for different parts of it and different places, but it seems overall very, very good. So well done, everyone there. I'm not going to do the good, bad, funny because I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter this year. So unless you guys have particularly anything you wanted to jump in on, or you've both forgotten about it anyway.
I just said that the funniest thing for me was some point in the first half when things didn't quite go our way. There was an exclamation of "Mamma Mia" from Meanie on the touchline, and we all fell about laughing. And when I mentioned it afterwards, I said, "Oh, you did say really funny." He's like, "I know what you're going to say," and so that was going to be my funny because it was quite amusing.
Fair enough. Did you have anything or?
No. I can't. I'm racking my brain, but I can't think of anything good, bad, or funny. It was just the performance was decent.
Mine not funny was, I think, the 5th time now I was 1 out from the strike, the thingy, 50-50 number. Furiously marched over to Jack Daly to tell him off that he'd won it, and that's it. He owes me a pint. He goes, "No, I haven't." I was like, "Your bloody name's on here." He goes, "It's not me."
It's the other Jack Daly. There are two.
I did mention Daly's. Wow.
Yeah, I did mention it to him, going, "Oi." So yeah, missed out on that again.
Yeah, we were close as well.
So my days are now all mixed up now because this bloody DAZN. So we next have Forest Green Rovers on Wednesday. So probably not going to record next Wednesday. I'll probably push it to Thursday. It might be more beneficial to do it the day after the match rather than whilst we're playing. And we have Jenny and Mark. But to plug my prediction league, JR, you do the prediction league, so don't forget you can always change this before you enter, so you could try and throw people off. What is your prediction for the Forest Green Rovers match?
Oh, I think we're going to win. So, I know they won 2-0 against Yeovil yesterday. Drew with Solihull, 10 men. Solihull played for 84 minutes with 10 men, and they drew 2-2. We don't really have a great record down there, I don't think, but we owe them one, I think. I fancy us to nick a 2-1 win. We're definitely going to score. I do tend to put things on the line here, but we're not going to go 2 games without scoring. So we're going to score. We're going to score on Tuesday. We're pretty good playing away anyway. The way that we set up and that, and we will cause them a lot of problems. So yeah, I'm confident of a 2-1 win. That'd be great.
Okay, I've just checked. You are still top.
Am I?
Joint top of the league with 8 points. And anyone who didn't, because Jenny told me off because she didn't remember to enter on Tuesday, and it was like, well, literally, you missed out on 1 point because absolutely no one got
no one's certainly all right.
No one got that right. So, Claire, what about yourself? I know you're not in it, so you can say what you like, really.
I'm going for a 3-1. I think we're going to win 3-1.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go with.
You could do a recording on Wednesday, by the way, and you could do like a live watch along.
Do you
That's
think
a no from Mike. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. I mean, I did consider that. I thought that would be really good. I've seen people do that, and then I'm like, do people really want to sit me just watch going? Oh shit! I should say something. Watching the match.
So different than normal.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 2-0 because I think we're going to keep a clean sheet as well. So
nice.
All of us going to win. But yeah, safe journey to anyone going there, and found out you can bring your food in. They don't stop you bringing food in. Apparently, they just don't sell food.
No, they do sell food.
Yeah. Cardboard. But
no,
they'll allow you to bring in meat products, will they? Excellent.
Apparently so. I don't know because everyone takes photos of themselves sneaking their pies or whatever in, and it's like they don't care. Stop you from doing it. I don't know. Now probably everyone's going to do it and be ringing me and moaning and going, they took it away from me. But vegan food, you can give it a try. It's fine. I'm pretty sure and hoping that at some stage Rob starts adding some.
No, so you'll have noticed that there are 2 spots spare on the menu board. One under burgers and one under something else, and that is where the vegan option is going. Being he's just trying to source the best possible thing to go in that space. So it is coming. There are a few veggie things available, but yeah, there will be a vegan option going in there. So watch that space.
Excellent. And before everyone starts reacting like they did with the Greg's vegan sauce roll, it's addition. It's not taking anything off the menus.
No, and it's going to be delicious. So try it. You might surprise yourself.
Funny enough, I can try stuff that say plant based, but as soon as it says vegan, I'm like, not having that. don't know why.
Because you're weird.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Talking of weird, there are balls available for the Strikers a Key draw.
Yes, I've still got a couple of balls left. Strikers a Key kicks off next Saturday with a double draw in Rowlands after the game with the ever vocal and dictionary-fied Adria Barry donning the gold jacket for another season. So if you are listening and you think, oh, I want to get involved in that, or you don't quite know what the madness involved, but people keep talking about it, then drop me an email, slo@suttonunited.net, and I can hook you up with the hottest ticket in town, quite frankly, because it is fun. Don't get FOMO. Join in. So it'd be great to have anyone who wants to be that late edition.
I will drop you in it now as well, so because obviously some people I can't afford it, but you can put people together. So
I mean, ultimately, you spread it out however much you want to. It is £380 for the season. You can pay that in 1 instalment, 2 instalments, or you can split that into 10 instalments across the season via a direct debit, which is £38 a month. And if there's 10 of you in your syndicate, then that's £3.80 each a month, which is nothing. Or if there's however many of you, it is what it is. But you could potentially win big. JR will attest that he has on numerous occasions tried his luck to open the safe and walk away with thousands. So it is quite exciting and a fun thing to be part of. So, and it raises a lot of money for the club. So which is a great thing.
Yeah, I just need to absolutely clarify, especially as he's here. JR dropped out of our one, so we're gonna have to put a bit of tape over his name so he doesn't start putting.
It's fine. I will redo the board, but what you don't realise is that he dropped out of your one because he wanted to save money.
Yeah, I knew.
He got hoodwinked into another one.
Well, anyway,
so I've only got 3.
He's got 3. Yeah.
That's why I'll keep on winning.
This is true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, right. This is a numbers game.
Exactly. Thank you both. We're going to wrap up this episode of Sutton Podcast. Go on.
Can I give one more plug? Sorry, I put my hand up. I just wanted to give one more plug. If you are planning to do any away travel soon, do think about jumping on a supporters coach. I know they're still looking for a couple of people to go to Rochdale on Bank Holiday Monday, and they've got bookings opening for various other coaches as well that they're running through the rest of the season so far. So do either drop them a line or visit them at the supporters hut in the fan zone on Saturday to book your place on the coach.
Very good plug, and I should have thought of that. So thank you very much for that. Right. Now, thank you all for listening. We are going to be back on Thursday. Yes, I got that. We appreciate your attention. You threw me there. We appreciate your attention. I've did it twice now just to really annoy Joe. And get involved in Knowing You segment. What's the most memorable or song chant that gets you pumped up for games? Try not to think of JR in the shower. Don't forget to like, share, and everything this episode on social media at Sutton Podcast. And thanks to everyone. Thanks to JR. Thanks to Claire, especially for dropping your social event and running and not seeing your friend for years just to come on to the show. And thanks to everyone for listening and putting up with me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Take care, and we'll catch up soon. Bye bye. United!